Hey Ringside crew, welcome to the internationally known Dudes at Ringside Podcast. And now here's your host, Joe Panther III.
Hey, hello there, wrestling fans! To the 4-year anniversary of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside Podcast. I am the one, the third. Well, I am Joe Panther III, the only, and I'm Joe Panther III. And man, fans, this is the 4-year anniversary of Dudes at Ringside Podcast. When this podcast started 4 years ago, we were doing Raws and SmackDowns. And then last March, it got a little hazy and it went on a solo trip. But I'm still here. I'm still pumping out my episodes like a hose in the summertime. But I have an awesome guest right now. She's helping me celebrate 4 years of Dudes at Ringside Podcast. Introduce yourself to my internationally known audience.
Hi, I'm Della Rosa. I'm the most valuable rose in wrestling. I'm a ring announcer in Florida and in Georgia and Alabama.
Awesome. So when did you start loving professional wrestling? When was the moment?
I've loved professional wrestling my entire life. I grew up watching professional wrestling with my dad. It was kind of something that we got into together. I kind of fell out of love with wrestling for a little while, right before COVID hit, but then fell right back in love with it during COVID, and I've been in love with it ever since.
Awesome. So what were some of your like those moments that you were watching wrestling with your dad, like that made you go, this is for me?
Honestly, when I was watching wrestling with my dad when I was younger, I never really thought that I would be involved the way that I am now. I always loved watching it with my dad, but I never thought that I would be a ring announcer. I never thought that, I'd be able to watch wrestling live or have anything to do with WWE or with TNA or with any of the other local feds. So for me, I think it was just how it became a community. And now just being on the indie scene, we're all like a giant dysfunctional family.
Yeah, you could say that. Family that hits each other with steel chairs every weekend and say, see you later. I'll see you next weekend. Yeah, it'd be like, it's like going to a family reunion every weekend and they always hitting each other with steel chairs or taking the breast nuts out of their hoodie and see you next weekend, right? Yeah. Same place? Yeah. Yeah. So I've asked this to other ring announcers, but they have like other answers for it. Since you're like a ring announcer, like, how do you prepare your voice to like do what you do as a ring announcer?
So I have a routine. When I'm booked the night before, the only thing I drink is water and tea that's mixed with honey and lemon. And then on the way to a show, I have a playlist that I listen to that plays all of my favorite songs that get me hyped, that also help warm up my voice. And then once I get to a show, I do vocal warm-ups about, I would say 30 minutes to an hour before the show starts, just so that my voice is really warmed up and ready to go. And that's basically what I do.
Awesome. So what has been the most complicated person's name to say when they came out to the ring?
I don't really have a problem with saying people's names, mostly because I usually have people say if I'm confused about how to say something, I have them say it to me phonetically. So then it clicks in my mind. But for me, it's a lot of like where people are from that I have the problem with, especially if they're from places in Puerto Rico, I always feel like I want to have that accent to be able to do where they're from justice. But sometimes it doesn't really get there. I find it harder to say places than people.
Yeah, because there's like so many different places in Puerto Rico. Those little towns. You're like, damn, I don't want to mess this up because I know that person's gonna be like, nah, man, you said that other guy's town nice. My town sounded like Splat.
Yeah.
Spasnagagaga. El cacas. What? My mayor is right there.
My bad.
my mayor had the banner ready for you to make you the queen of the night of the town, and you're like, look, I still have the crown and the sash. It's okay. I tried. I tried. When it comes to like the day of a show, and ring announcers always have to, you're of course you're the rose, so you have to look your best.
Yeah.
Do you have like certain outfits that you wear at certain shows that you don't wear to other shows?
I actually don't like re-wearing outfits to shows that I've worn to other shows. So I actually have a relatively big closet of outfits that I've probably only worn once, but don't plan on wearing again to other shows. I don't know. I feel like once I've worn something once, I can't, especially when I post in it, I definitely can't be wearing that outfit again.
No. Then they'll be like, she wore that to my show like 2 weeks ago. This is not special anymore.
Yeah, the only outfit I wear again is what I call my first impressions dress. And it's a dress that I wear whenever I'm going to a promotion that I have never ring announced at before. And that's kind of like I'm the most valuable rose. This is my thing, and this is how I be showing up looking for shows all the time. So that's the only thing that will get reworn more than once.
Awesome. So being a ring announcer, like, and a lot of the times they don't like the fans are like, oh, she's just a ring announcer. Have you been trained like to be, if you had to take a bump by chance outside the ring or in the ring?
So I wouldn't say that I've been trained. I'm more of a self-taught person. But I know for a fact, I've taken a couple bumps. I know that I don't want to wrestle. Not that I don't think that I could if I really put my mind to it, but I have a lot of respect for what the women in the wrestling world do right now, and I just know that I am better suited to be a pretty face that gets the crowd hyped and ready to watch all of the amazing wrestlers do their thing in the ring. But me, I'm I like to fight for real.
Okay.
So I can't be getting hit for fun. No, I can't.
You'll be pugging. You won't be fighting. You'll be pugging these girls.
Yeah, we be getting down for real.
They'll be like licking the lips, holding my earrings kind of situation.
Yeah, for real. Like, let me put my hair up real quick and then we can run it.
What's that girl? I forgot that girl from WWE says put the hair in the braids so you can pug. I forgot her name. She just got released. What's her name? Oh my gosh. Can't think of her name. She just got released. But she had her phrase was like put her hair in the bun so she could fight harder. I forgot her name. Oh, it's so bad. I can't think of names sometimes. Like, where is the furthest you ever had to travel for a show?
The furthest I've gone so far has been Alabama.
Ooh, okay. Like, is it like harder to travel like that? Do you ever have to like travel like if you're leaving, if the show, say the show is like on a Friday, do you ever feel like you have to travel like on a Tuesday to leave before the show, or like leave on a Wednesday and try to leave earlier or anything like that?
Well, I typically try not to work shows on a Friday because I have a real job. So
Okay,
like I have a real full-time job. Wrestling isn't everything that I do. I'm multi-talented. But I If I had to leave earlier for a show, I would, but it would have to be because I'm flying out someplace and not because I'm driving. Because typically I can do the drive the day of. If I have to get on a plane, I'm definitely flying out the day before.
Yeah, that's crazy when it comes to wrestlers like traveling and stuff like that. I wish you guys all the best because it's so dangerous out there when it comes to traveling. And if you have to drive, like I'm always like, oh my God, you guys have to travel through rain, snow, sleet, like just to get to a venue. And what if that you get to that venue and they're like, oh, sorry, we didn't hear back from you that morning, but we had a ring announcer come in. Like that like breaks my heart for you guys. It's like me with my job. You get your friend drives you to work and then they go, oh, sorry, we don't need you. And you're like, I'm already here. Son of a bitch.
Thankfully, I've never had that happen. But if I did have that happen, I mean, I would still come to the show and you'd still have to run me my money.
Yeah. I almost did that with my boss. I was just like, well, I'm already clocked in, so I'm here. Okay. So when it comes to eating, do you ever have to pack a lunch or a breakfast, lunch, or dinner to like so you can hold yourself off? Because I know a lot of people don't eat the day of a show.
I honestly usually don't eat before a show. I kind of wait till the end of the show to eat anything. I do bring snacks like granola bars, yogurt, fruit to eat, stuff that's like light that's not gonna have me needing to go to the bathroom or anything during a show. But then at the end of the show, I kind of reward myself with dinner, usually with talent or it's mostly with talent. We usually go out to eat afterwards, and sit and chill and just, spend time with each other. And then I usually go home.
Okay. So have you had any crazy stories at a show?
Um, I think every show is unique. I mean, I see a lot of crazy stuff happen. I've seen people jump from stages onto other people. I've seen someone cut their fingers open moving steel
What?
steps. I've seen, I mean, at 2 weeks ago at Pride of Wrestling's Powwow Festival, I watched somebody get their head bounced off of the steel steps, and their whole forehead was like cut open, and there was like a giant like scar and whatnot. So I've seen some very crazy stuff. It's all usually centers around someone getting hurt or injured. Um, I know I have the establishment wrestling this Saturday. And the last establishment show was crazy. You got crazy people in the ring holding up the ring from wrestling while they boohoo cry in the middle of the ring. So things are always crazy in the wrestling world, especially the independent scene.
Yeah, independent wrestling. They could be either a really really good match or the next match could be just some guy thinking he's tough because he's like, I'm mad, so I'm gonna hold the whole show up thinking I'm tough, and then it's like, no, get the biggest guy in the back out just to block this guy's head out of his body. Get a mystery wrestler. Like that's another thing. If like if there's a person that the booker or the promoter didn't tell you about, and it's like a mystery guy that was supposed to come out the back, do you feel like obligated to like get up to the promoter to see if there's any surprises?
I'm super on point when it comes to ring announcing, so there's not something that happens in the show that I don't know about. I may act surprised. I may act like, oh my gosh, who is this person? I didn't know that they were going to be here, but I knew they were going to be there. So I do make it a point to ask before a show starts, like, there are any special things that are going on, or is there anything that I should know, anything that you want me to specifically do when specific people come out. So I try to get a rundown of the show before it happens. But of course, there's always surprises with anything that you do live or that you do that you're running that you're not like in charge of. There's always stuff that's going to happen that you're not prepared for. So I always try to remember to stay on my toes and to be flexible. But to also be authentic to like my experience.
Yeah. Is that my timer? Time's up? What, producer?
I'm actually not sure what that was.
It's the producer's telling me I'm talking too much. No, it's my show, damn it. I don't have anybody that tells me to do that anymore. I'm an adult, damn it. As I'm looking at a hat that I bought at a rest stop that says adulting. I should have been wearing the hat always because that's my life. Adulting. But see, it agreed.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm not sure what that
Maybe
is.
that's your alarm. You're like, you're supposed to be doing a podcast tonight.
I did set an alarm just in case because I did take a nap earlier, but that's not my alarm. So I don't know what that is.
It's a truth factor. That's what it is. It's like truth. He's telling the truth. He is telling the truth. Podcast is 4 years, right?
Yes.
Now I'm like trying to see if it goes. As I said that, it's like you know how girls trying to see if guys are lying. like that's your truth factor, and you didn't want to tell me. See, girls have secrets. Girls have lots of secrets, and I know because I work with two very sweet, beautiful nerds on Mondays when I go do my nerd culture show, Ghost Head Nerd Talk podcast. And yeah, I work with two women, and all my wrestling friends go, "How do you do it, Joe?" I'm like, I don't know. I just put my nerd pants one leg at a time. I put my red green glasses on, looking at the camera, and I go, "Welcome to Ghost Head Nerd Talk." My friend's like, "Man, I'm jealous. You work with two girls." They'd beat me up if I said I didn't like working with them. Especially Rain. She's a DJ and she played roller derby. She'd be tough. She'd kick my ass.
No.
She plays roller derby. I'm scared of her. I'm like, ugh. Do you collect anything?
So I'm a 90s kid at heart, so I love collecting 90s memorabilia. I have like all of the like cartoon 90s stuff up in a shelf in my room. I've got Rugrats stuff, I got SpongeBob stuff. So I am a collector of nostalgic 90s cartoon stuff.
That's awesome. Have you ever gone on eBay and try to look up any old school Nickelodeon stuff that they'd be selling and stuff like that?
No, I kind of like to just stumble across things and realize that they're really cool and that I don't have them and then buy them. I do a lot of my 90s shopping at Five Below because I mean, they got everything there and it's only $5.
I'd be the one spending the big bucks on the Nickelodeon like award. You know, the old school when you remember the Nickelodeon? Well, they still do it. But the Nickelodeon award when they would win that balloon thing and they'd be like,
"Oh yeah."
I'd be that guy.
Choice Awards or something.
Yeah, I'd be the one that buys the Kids' Choice Award and be like, Rain, Val, we win. We won. We won. No, Joe. That award says as prop on stet. No one has to know. Didn't mean to throw you. I'm gonna ask my friend Rain, can you make because she has a 3D printer. I'm like, can you make a 3D printer of the balloon? Yeah. Here we go. If you had to make a outfit for a show of any Nickelodeon series, what outfit would you take it from a show?
Ooh, probably Shigo from Kim Possible.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely Shigo from Kim Possible.
Or you could always try to make like one of the Rugrats outfits, like Chucky's, the green outfit, the little lightning bolts on it. Wait, triangles, right? He had little triangles on his outfit?
Yeah, little triangles.
It's so I love Rocco, so I'd try to find like that blue shirt with the little things on it, the little squiggles.
Okay.
I love Hawaiian shirts too. So and also I've interviewed plenty of Australian pet people and they're like, how do you understand them, Joe? I don't know. I just pay attention really well, I guess. Have you ever thought of traveling abroad? And if you have, where would you want to travel?
I would love to travel abroad. I have my passport, so I'm booked and ready to go. I would love to be able to ring announce in my birthplace. I was born on an island in the Caribbean called St. Martin.
Ooh.
So I would love to be able to ring announce a show in front of my homeland people, and my family members. So that would be a dream of mine.
Awesome. When you said you usually go out to eat with the fellows or the ladies after the show. I'm a local podcast. I'm from the Poconos, so I always give a shout out during the middle of the show to a local business. My case, I always check out Ben's Fresh in Port Jervis, New York. They have everything from burgers to hot dogs, milkshakes. You name it, you want it, they got it. It's delicious. I'm not sponsored. This is just me jibber jabbering because I love local businesses. And always, if you ever come into the Poconos or come upstate New York, definitely check out Ben's Fresh. Delicious. So, where is the one place you would say that if by you or that by a place you tried that you're like they have to go to?
I mean, for me, I love going to Beer Busters. It's a nostalgic '90s music movie bar in Seminole, Florida.
Mm?
Um, I love going there. The beer is amazing. The atmosphere is great, and I love to go there to do trivia with the Cheese and Logan Cruz. So, if you want something to do, you need some place to go, you want to look at some really cool stuff, I definitely recommend Beer Busters. The food is great and the atmosphere is great, but the beer is even better.
Well, and you said cheese, and I've been trying to. This podcast has existed for 4 years, and the 3 out of the 4 years, I've been trying to get cheese. We talked, never happened, didn't happen. Something happened, couldn't do it, and I'm like, man, he's been on so many other shows, it still hasn't gone international with me. Cheese, come on, man. Cheese is seen all over the world. Come on.
I love the Cheese. If there's anybody in the wrestling world that is just a genuinely good human being, and he doesn't just look out for himself, but he looks out for everybody around him because he wants everybody to eat. Like, I love the Cheese. He is an absolutely amazing human being, and he's very blessed.
He looks like he's a very humble, very sweet person too. Like,
He is. I will definitely say that.
and if you see him, tell him Joe Panther the Third says hi, and knock on the Dudes at Ringside door. I'll make a cheese platter just for you.
I'll be sure to tell him. I'm gonna see him next month, so I'll be sure.
He's
to
gonna
tell him.
expect his cheese platter. That's like Becca, me telling her she's a Dudes at Ringside Women's Champion, and then I get a nasty video. Where's my belt, Joe? And I'm like, I am poor. I'm a podcaster on a budget. Like, it's facetiously a title. You're imaginarily my champion.
Just think about it in your mind. You know?
Yeah, he'll be asking for his cheese platter. I'm like, I got to go to knock on my door. Can you guys make me a cheese platter for what? A wrestler? How are you gonna get it to? I'm gonna go mail it to him.
I don't know how good the cheese will be by the time it goes through the mail, but
yeah, I know. I'm the '90s kid. I'll be standing next to the mailbox, like, and they'll be like, "Why are you sitting next to the mailbox, Joe?" I don't know. Why are you wearing shorts in the winter, stupid?
Good comeback, Joe.
I'll just be like, the email guy calls the cops because I just throw a rock at his truck. That's the '90s kid in me that watched all that, thought he was cool. I could be like Keenan. I could be like, you could be stupid and smell like farts. Yeah, that's me. Yeah. If you had, since you said you're a '90s kid, if you had to pick a top 5 '90s Nickelodeons, like top 5, what would be on your top 5? Like Mount Rushmore of Nickelodeon shows. What would it be?
Ooh, Cat Dog, all that. Kim Possible. That's 3. Let's see what else. I'm drawing a blank, but I know there's so many good things about the 90s.
Oh yeah, plenty. I miss it.
SpongeBob. I love me some SpongeBob.
Of course.
And oh, Rocco's Modern Life.
Yay, Rocco. Hopefully you have Paramount Plus, because all your former homies are still waiting for you at the bus stop at Paramount Plus every single day.
Yes, I have Paramount Plus. I love to watch all of the old school stuff.
The show I've been hooked to, my mom and dad have been like, "Were you gonna watch anything else on Paramount Plus, Joe?" I was like, "You don't be judging." I'm like, Guts. Oh my god, I'm obsessed. Oh, I forgot how much I love that show. I'm like singing the theme song. Have it, Guts. I could have got up to the Rat and Rock. Yeah, Adult Joe maybe. I'm pretty quick, except when things are trying to hit me. I'm swinging. I'm like Joe, like the Australian girl. Joe made it up the thing at 2.9 seconds, but he got penalized for punching the girl next to him 3 times. And she's like, that'd be me. That'd be me, because I'd be swinging, because like, everything's swinging and hitting me in the head. Like, or even worse, all the rocks fall, and I think I'm really cool because I run faster than everybody else, and all the rocks just fall right on top of me. I'm just like, ow, that hurt. Those weren't supposed to be real rocks. That'll be me. That would have been my dumb luck. The rock fall. As I'm running up, I don't even look up. I hit the thing, and I turn, and all the rocks just fall. I'm right on top of me. I'm like, oh, it wasn't supposed to hurt. It's a 90s show. But yeah. Before we go, Rose, if you could pick out any ring announcer from any era, like Forbidden Door style, that you could learn anything with or hang out with before any show, who would that be?
I really love Lillian Garcia. But also I love Samantha Irvin when she was still with WWE. My inspirations have been Samantha Irvin, Lillian Garcia, and Mike Rome. So I any 3 of them, I would love to go to dinner and pick their brain about what they love about being a ring announcer, and just listen to their stories and the different things that I could pick up that will make me stronger and the best ring announcer in Florida.
Awesome. If you're, you said you have a show this weekend. If my fans want to buy, if anybody wants to buy any tickets for the show and they're watching this and they're in Florida or wherever the show is, how can they get some tickets?
So yes, there is a show this weekend in Orlando, Florida. It's presented by the Establishment Wrestling. We will be at the Tavern in East Orlando, and you can go to the establishment.live website to get tickets, or if you're in the area, you can just show this Saturday to get tickets. You can buy them at the door.
Awesome. I want to thank you so much, Rose, for coming on the podcast and helping me celebrate 4 years of this awesome, hate to say juggernaut because people get really mad at me, this lightning bolt that has hit the independent wrestling scene that helps wrestlers from all over the world get established and get their name. No. I speak English. Wow, I can't even speak English. See what happens when you're sitting on a camera for 4 years, bring fake glasses with no lenses. Your brain goes a little mush. It's like, everybody's like, did you ever get hit in the head with a chair, Joe? No, it's called UV rays hitting me in the eyeballs if there's no lenses inside. But I want to thank you so much for helping me celebrate 4 years of this podcast. I am Joe Panther III.
I'm Della Rosa.
And we will catch you in the next one.